It's about 11 a.m. GMT at the moment, and we are in 5 trades. So the next currency pair we're expecting to become active is the Euro US dollar. What you will see, you just see that popped up in black and it says analyzing. Usually you'll hear a beep and the text will flash red. There we are, the sell signal has just come in on the Euro US dollar, and that's the next market that we need to actually place a pending sell order. So I'm going to go straight to my entry and place that into the market. Okay, so you can see the sell pending signal come in on the Euro US dollar. It's about 7 a.m. Eastern time, and we would enter that entry into the market. 129.35 would be a sell order, with our stop at 129.64. You can see that our screen disappears and then refreshes. This is perfectly normal, and what it is our system just refreshing itself as new data is coming in. So it's nothing to worry about if you see the screen refresh like that. You will also hear a very, very faint noise like a drip of a tap. This is to tell you that you are connected to our system and that it is active. And you can see that we've now got confirmation on the Euro US dollar that we are short that market. And if we had set our entry at 129.35, we would now be triggered into a trade. So I suppose one question that we really need to answer here is, do all days behave like today? Well, it would be nice if they did. Unfortunately, you do sometimes get days where the market lacks direction, it doesn't move, it just ranges backwards and forwards. And on those sort of days, you will sometimes hit both entries. So if you have a sell in the market or a buy in the market, you'll find that the market just goes nowhere. And in those circumstances, what our system will do is it will make a small loss. This is perfectly acceptable because we do have a system that makes lots and lots of points. Usually 2 or 3 days of the week, you'll make some great points, and you might probably have 1 or 2 days where you just break even or make a small loss. But the idea with the system is to actually make lots of points consistently and lose very little. And what we found is the system does this extremely well. Now it's about 1:30 GMT, and it's starting to look like the American market is soon to open. Now we will see some examples of a trade which is a little bit trickier than the ones we have seen before, but they're not difficult. All you have to do is be aware and actually just read the instructions. If you do that, you really can't make a mistake. The system has it all figured out for you. You've just got to make sure that you act according to the instructions. Now what we're going to see is a trade come up on the US dollar Canadian and also on the US dollar Swiss franc. Now the US dollar Canadian trade is actually going to tell us that it's no trades today. As you can see, that's flashed up in red and it says no trades today. What that means is that we are not interested in taking a trade on the US dollar Canadian, and simply we just follow the instructions. I think it's very important that we actually distinguish between a pending order and an actual order to buy the market at the market price. You see on the US dollar Swiss franc, it actually says buy pending. Now the buy price is 11702, but we're not going to enter a buy trade until the price actually touches 11702, because unless the market does what we expect, we do not want to be in that trade. And this is a point in question. We've got the system telling us to place a pending buy order, but the market is now at a balance point, and it could turn around and tell us to place a pending sell order. So at the moment, we want to make sure that when we see a pending order, that we only place a pending order. You can only enter a trade if you've missed the position to place a pending order and the system now tells you that you are long or you are short, provided the market has not moved more than about 5 points away from our original stated entry. Now here I've got to actually show you two things that happened almost simultaneously. First of all, let's deal with the Euro US dollar. You can see that around 7 a.m. Eastern Time, we entered a sell order at 129.35, and we also placed a reversal stop order at 129.64. You can see that at 10 o'clock, we were actually stopped out of our sell order, and we reversed and we entered a buy order pretty much exactly where our stop was. You can see that the system then revised the new stop target for the buy order with a new limit as well. Also, we had a trade on the US dollar Swiss franc, which was originally telling us to buy the market at about 9:06 Eastern Time. Then the system turned around and said at 9:24, actually, I think we should be selling this market, and it reversed its pending order. Now it's very important here. This is why you place pending orders and not orders into the market when it says pending. When it says pending, that's exactly what it is. It's a pending order. Do not execute that order unless the market proves that it's going to go towards our entry. You can see that the system changed its mind. It gave us a new selling price at 11673 with a new stop and a new limit target. We got triggered into that trade, and we were then short that market, and the system told us that we at 9:30 we were then short the market. So what you have to be aware of is when you get the instructions and it's a pending order, be aware that the system can and sometimes will change its mind and reverse entry. This is to do with the reaction of the market at these critical points, and it's nothing that we can actually know beforehand. It's quite simply reacting to what the market is doing. So pay particular attention to make sure that your entries are not being superseded by another entry that you should actually be putting into the market.